Hi everyone, welcome to another Blu-ray update video. Today will be the 13th video in this series, and yes, covering the films that I acquired from September through December 2020. So 4 months worth here, although most of them, obviously are films that I acquired on Christmas, around this time, and for Christmas, Christmas Day and all this kind of stuff. So yes, a few films here, but I just wanted to kind of do this video now, even though there are a few days left, in this month, in this year. I thought, if I'll get any more kind of Blu-rays, and I guess it, maximum of just 1 or 2 really that I'll get before the end of the year. If they come before the end of the year, I'll just show them in the next, kind of Blu-ray update video, which will be mainly, that video for January and February. But I could show them that if any do come. And with that said, though, the main bulk, of my gifts, kind of here. With me here, just ready to kind of show these and to get a discussion going, of course, and it'd be great to kind of talk about these films and also talk about what you got for Christmas. If you did get any Blu-rays, DVDs, this kind of stuff, just to kind of share, the kind of passion for collecting and just receiving gifts and cinema here. It'd be great to know if you got any Blu-rays or DVDs, and if you want, you can kind of leave that in the comments, and we can kind of discuss that. It'd be really nice, I feel, and yes, it's one of the great things, about this. We can discuss many different films and the films themselves, but just our collections and just kind of get that discussion going and to kind of keep that passion going, shared kind of passion here. So yes, with that said, there is a film here that I picked up in September that I did. I think I kind of mentioned this before a few months ago, but I didn't get to show it because it didn't, kind of arrive on the last Blu-ray update video. But yes, that is Paper Moon. We'll start off. Master of Cinema, of course, directed by Peter Bogdanovich, and yes, starring, of course, the legendary Ryan O'Neal, and of course, Tatum O'Neal as well. So this, for me here, I had been looking forward to this for a number of years, and just, to say this film lived up to the kind of, the expectation that I had. It's a real understatement for me. A stunning film, one of my favourites. I can't really say, where it is, but, I guess, kind of top 250, I'll give that at least, kind of, yeah, I'd say that, just thinking off the top of my head, but, a stunning film for me, a masterpiece, and, this one really, really blew me away. Wonderful film here, just nostalgic, emotional, and very, very subtle at times as well. Very interesting film, and how it's kind of set up, but, by the end of this film, wow, one of the best kind of road trip films, you could say as well, and just a wonderful film here. Really blew me away. Ryan O'Neal and Tatum as well. So great in this film, and just a legendary film. I recommend to anyone who loves cinema. And once again, another legendary film from potentially my favourite decade, the 70s. So yes. Next up, there's a few films here that I got around the kind of Halloween time, and yes. Scream, the trilogy, doesn't include Scream 4, but yes, I will talk about that at some point as well. But yes, the trilogy on Blu-ray here, and yes, I love this trilogy personally. Even 3, I'm a fan of that film, and I have some things to say about that. But yes, Scream 1, of course, I reviewed very recently, and just a film that I personally love. Scream 2 as well. I did say I'll kind of resume this, in January. I believe I said, and it should be January. If not, it'll be February, of course. I'll be going back to talking about these films, and yes, Wes Craven, all things Wes Craven, of course, and yes. This Blu-ray, kind of set here, great pickup I find, and yes, of course, as I say, it doesn't include Scream 4, but I will be discussing that film at some point. But yes, great to finally own the trilogy on Blu-ray, and just films that a trilogy that I love overall, and just to watch this film around the kind of Halloween season was great, and I had a great time with that. And just watching the first Scream, and as well, I look forward to watching the second one again, and the third, and yes, the fourth as well, which I've only seen once. But yes, great to finally own this on Blu-ray, and yes, just wonderful stuff. Next up is The Hound of the Baskervilles from 1959, directed of course by Terence Fisher, and yes, starring Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. This film here, I love it. You know, I really had a wonderful time rewatching this around the Halloween period, and you know, always wanted to kind of own this film. And yes, you know, Blu-ray, and you know, finally kind of getting around to picking this up. And what can I say? You know, an Arrow release here, and you know, we have, you know, an interesting kind of, you know, when you flip the covers on the, you know, the Arrow kind of releases, it's usually great to see as well. You know, we have, and also, you know, an interesting kind of cover here that you can kind of reverse if you choose. I prefer to kind of, personally at the moment, have, you know, this cover here because I really love that. But yeah, it's just a great release here. As always, really, with Arrow, and just, you know, I love this film. Many memories of seeing this when I was younger, of course, and Hammer horror, or Hammer films in general, you know, just, especially, you know, in the 50s, you know, in the 60s, they were just on point in delivering, you know, very, very uniquely charming films. You know, a real sense of atmosphere, and you know, the production here, you know, it's just amped up, and everything in this film is just, you know, it has its subtle moments, but it's so grand and, you know, theatrical, and I love Hammer films like this. And yes, I think one of the best that I've seen personally, and I love this film. I was trying to kind of you know, get a review up. That may not happen yet, but it will at some stage. I plan on kind of at least talking about this film. So yes, I look forward to that. Next up, oh yes, yeah, a film that I watched very recently, and you know, I just loved you know, so much, and that is The Party. I had been kind of wanted to put this up for some time, and I finally just had the courage to kind of you know, purchase this, and of course, directed by Blake Edwards, and starring, of course, Peter Sellers. And this was, you know, when, of course, that, you know, a film that I'm not a fan of, Inspector Clouseau, was made in '68. While that was getting made, of course, without these individuals who made, you know, the original Pink Panther films, you know, they made this instead. And what can I say? You know, this film here is just stunning. It really is, and I love this film, and I will be reviewing this very, very soon. And you know, just you know, this one was truly, truly uplifting, and just you know, I'm going to try to explain some of this in my review, but yeah, at times, you know, this film here has some of the most unique and you know, at times, in moments, genius slapstick that I've seen actually. And there is something in this film, some magic that I can't quite put my finger on, but I'll try to you know, explain in my review, because there is something special about this film, and I just loved it. I found, you know, it's kind of this this gem that, you know, doesn't really get too much mention, you know, in the grand scheme of things. Certainly not, you know, in terms of Peter Sellers, but you know, this film here is quite special, and you know, just, you know, another kind of you know, highly enjoyable Blake Edwards film, and once again, a legendary performance by Peter Sellers. So yes, look forward to that. You're discussing that very, very soon. I will be reviewing that. So yes, next up we have some 4K. Yes, I have a few here actually. 4K titles. You know, around the kind of month of December, you know, there started to be some deals going on. You know, 4K, for example. 3 for 30 and 2 for 25 and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I picked up quite a few kind of titles here, many that I've seen at some stage, but you know, some that I look forward to seeing as well at some point for the first time. And yes, first up is Gremlins on 4K, and yes, I love this film. I talked about, of course, very recently, you know, we're mentioning my favourite kind of Christmas films, and just, you know, wonderful film. The 4K itself, I find, you know, it's definitely solid. You know, it definitely looks better than, you know, kind of past, you know, experiences. You know, watching this film, you know, for example, you know, so yeah, I guess, you know, it's the best way that I've seen this this film, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's, you know, kind of a mind-blowing release, you know, in 4K, but you know, a lovely film to watch, and you know, around this time, of course. And I think, yes, the 4K, it's not exactly a film that was ruined, for example, you know, by the 4K transfer, you know, or worse off, for example, with colours and all this kind of stuff. That's what I worry about sometimes. You know, when picking up a 4K, I always look into has, the original kind of color palette being altered, in a negative way. And if that's the case, I won't bother. But I heard some good things about this, and it certainly, yeah, it delivered. Although it's not, kind of, as I say, one of the best kind of 4Ks, in terms of the actual 4K itself that I own. But a lovely film, and a legendary kind of horror film, Christmas film as well, and just seeing Gizmo on the front there, it's a great kind of cover there, really lovely stuff, and yeah, the back as well, great kind of stuff there as well. And yes, Gremlins on 4K, finally own this, and very proud to have this magical film in my collection. Next up, oh yes, an even more magical film to me, and a film that sometimes doesn't get too much love, but for me, this is a legendary film that I've watched many times, as a kid, and last year I watched it again. It had been quite a few years actually, and had been meaning to see this, but yeah, I watched it last year, and finally picking this up, for my collection, and that is the Goonies. The people that are involved in this film, of course, Richard Donner, directing this film, but Spielberg, Chris Columbus, and these guys, all involved, kind of in this film here. What can I say? That adds for movie magic, in my opinion. Just these three guys, magical individuals, and this film here, stunning film, and lovely kind of to own this on 4K, and yes, just a great kind of cover again, and the back as well, great stuff to see there, and yes, just really looking forward to seeing this again, hopefully very soon, and just a magical film, lovely kind of adventure film, and it has that kind of has a combination of kind of Indiana Jones, and a variety of different films, you could say, and yeah, it's just from these guys that are involved, and it's just a really lovely film. So yes, The Goonies on 4K. And next up, a film from one of my favourite filmmakers, of course, but when I saw this last year, at the cinemas, of course, back when you could see films at the cinema. But yes, I saw this film, and in some regards, it kind of it blew me away actually. But overall, I was kind of had a reaction that this is not one of of my favourites from this filmmaker, but nevertheless, I look forward to kind of rewatching it, of course, and eventually owning this. And it took a while to kind of pick it up, but I should be rewatching this very soon, and that is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I thought, since it was on deal, I'd go for the 4K, and yes, great, of course, poster, but cover there, just stunning, of course, and yes, just I look forward to seeing this again, and kind of really, getting immersed in this, the kind of the screening that I had, I guess, there's kind of, it wasn't the best, in terms of the actual, picture quality, and yeah, I guess that could have affected my kind of viewing experience, but yes, regardless, it was a film that I really liked, overall, and a film that did have quite a bit of magic to it, and yeah, once again, I am a fan of this, but really, I can't wait to see how much I am a fan of this, for this rewatch, of course, and yes, I will be reviewing it, and hopefully from that, either kind of a re-reviewing of the Tarantino's, that I've kind of really, I kind of do longer, more in-depth kind of discussion. So perhaps, I'd definitely be open to kind of re-reviewing, the Tarantino's, and kind of reviewing this as well at the same time. But yes, after that there will be a ranking at some stage next year. So yeah, definitely be doing the ranking, and possibly re-reviewing his films. But yes, this one here, can't wait to see again. And of course I have to own this. It's a Tarantino, and certainly, to a quality, no doubt, and it had a magic about it, for sure, and especially Brad Pitt. He was great in this film, and I won't spoil this one, of course, but yeah, I'll be reviewing that at some stage, and I look forward to rewatching it as well. I did like it, of course, quite a bit, and next up though, some more 4Ks here as well, continuing with that kind of style, but yes, this is a film that I saw this year for the first time, and all the way through, I'd never seen this film, and I just thought it's probably going to be a film that I love. I love Bill Murray, and just kind of films about this kind of concept, of course, and that is Groundhog Day, and this film here, just easily, instantly, one of my absolute favourites, and we could be talking top kind of or around at least the top 100 mark. Actually, just it says on the back comic perfection, and I would just say cinematic perfection. In my eyes, just masterpiece, easy masterpiece for me, and just such a kind of magical film. Really moving stuff, but just hilarious as well. It's just Bill Murray once again. Of course, Andie MacDowell. She always brings that magic to the screen whenever she's kind of in a film. So yes, my final 4K to kind of discuss, for this video, and here it is. Yes, a Guy Ritchie film. Yes, indeed, and that is The Gentleman, of course. This film, is kind of considered by many to be the comeback, for Guy Ritchie. So cannot wait for this film. I find it seems like it's going to be, kind of a return to the kind of gangster film, films that he made, for Lock, Stock and Snatch. This kind of style and just way of presenting these characters, from what I've seen of the trailers and just images, of course, as well. It seems like I could love this film, and hopefully I do. Cannot wait for this. Guy Ritchie, I find easily his best works. Lock, Stock and Snatch as well. Of course, Snatch is my favourite. It's just what a film. Just legendary film for me, and cannot wait to see this film. Has some great things about this, and yes, the cast as well. Wow, just some of my favourite actors. Really, among my favourites, especially I would say Hugh Grant, probably my favourite. In this, who stars in this film, and just cannot wait to see this, and to see Hugh Grant in this will be a treat as well. Something. I guess that he's not really. It seems like he's not really played before in this way. So cannot wait for this, and eventually, yes, I will review this film. So yes, my final 4K to show. So yes, from 4K we go to Criterion. So yes, first one I'd like to show is of a film that I do own currently. Another kind of copy, of course. I might sell that though, since I've never been happy really with that actual release, of the film. It's not very good. Kind of Blu-ray there, and since this is going to be kind of the best way currently of owning this film, I thought we'll probably get rid of that one at some point. But yes, this film here, it's a film that I love, and from one of my kind of easily top 20 filmmakers. And this is a film that he's made not too many films really since 1973 when he debuted with Badlands. But yes, Terrence Malick's The New World, and yes, just look at that stunning artwork there, and interesting what they've done with the kind of the title there, perhaps. But yes, the actual design here, kind of reimagining one of the kind of pivotal moments early on. Just lovely to see that, and comes with a kind of a booklet as well, which would be great to kind of look through there. Just cannot wait to see this one again, and owning this film finally, it's just a treat, because now I have this. I have The Tree of Life as well on Criterion, and of course Days of Heaven, obviously. Just great. There's some of my kind of favourites, on Criterion, and at some stage I will definitely upgrade Badlands again. Not a great copy that I've got currently, getting that on Criterion. Of course I will do that, and my current the Thin Red Line Blu-ray is a really nice steelbook, so that's not kind of a priority. But Badlands, yes, hopefully next year sometime I will kind of pick the Criterion up of that. But yes, nevertheless, The New World, cannot wait to see this again on this great release, and obviously it does come with the extended edition, and yes, just wow, Terrence Malick, just Criterion, what can I say? So yes, next up, another Criterion here. A film that, since, again, seeing The Lady Killers very recently, talking about that on the channel, and as well The Party, seeing that, very recently as well, and just wanting to review that as well. Peter Sellers is just in my mind, and I thought, for one of my Christmas presents, of course, that I'd buy, or receive, yes, this film here, Being There, directed of course by Howard Ashby, and yes, one of his very final roles here. It's not quite his final, the final film that was released, I guess, with Peter Sellers, but one of the very last kind of films here. His last kind of film that was positively received in this way. Very, very high praise, it seems, for this film here, and just really great cover there. Really entices me. This is probably going to be quite a moving film. And yes, Peter Sellers, just one of my favourite actors, of course, and in terms of comics, just wow. I think just looking on my childhood, of course, Peter Sellers, Lauren Hardy, these guys, just from a young age, kind of giving me so much joy, and as well seeing films, as well, The Lady Killers last month, and as well The Party this month as well. Just films that I'd never seen, and really, this guy, wow, legendary films as well, in their own kind of way. But yes, seeing Peter Sellers, in action, is just, it's a treat. Just throughout different stages of my life. As well, seeing Dr. Strangelove, a few years ago now, but nicely kind of balanced out. Kind of in terms of the time that I watched these films. You've got kind of a spread, I guess, of discovering just more and more treasures from this individual, and as well Lolita, and many different films. Wow, Peter Sellers, one of my favourite actors, of course, and yes, Being There. Can't wait to see this. I'll probably watch this. It'll be one of my next, I guess, Peter Sellers films to watch. But this will be probably very, very emotional in some way. So can't wait for this, and it's going to be yes, it should be a watch to remember. And yes, really proud to have yet another kind of Peter Sellers film in my collection. Next up. It seems like the final criterion that I got. Yes, that was right. I was just thinking if I did receive any more, but yes, I think this is the one, the last one. Only Angels Have Wings. Howard Hawks directing this film, and yes, Jean Arthur. Wow, just what a wonderful actress that she was, and of course, Cary Grant in this film. But seeing as well tonight, actually, I'll just say now, I watched for the first time Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. So holding this, Jean Arthur in that film, I was just, wow, what an actress she was. And of course, recently seeing Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, another kind of Frank Capra film, it just blew me away. But Jean Arthur was wonderful. Such a legendary actress. Just the emotion, the kind of the presence that she brought to the screen. Beautiful as well. Wow, just a beautiful actress, and really always just brings me the kind of magic that she kind of emits. This kind of power, and just sheer talent. As an actress. The acting here. From this individual in these films that I've seen, it's just been wow, mind blowing, and cannot wait to see her once again in this film. And Howard Hawks directing this, of course, a director who I've seen a few films now from this guy, and a few of them have not been some of my favourites. But for example, Red River, I loved, and as well. His Girl Friday, I was definitely a fan of that quite a bit, and especially Rio Bravo. That is easily my favourite so far, and this guy, he was a great director. Let me just say that, and I cannot wait to see this. One of his early works, it should be great to see, and Cary Grant, one of my favourite actors. So yes, Criterion, just look at that, just lovely design there, and really great. Very exciting. This Christmas to open these films. And yes, the final film to kind of show here, I guess. I did pick up another film, but that's because the disc of my current, or my previous kind of Blu-ray of that film was damaged actually when I watched it again back in August, and that was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That film, when I watched it, just at one point in the film, there was a kind of an issue with the disc, and I thought, no way, I have to replace that immediately. And yes, just it's one of my favourite films, so I had to kind of replace that, in the collection because as well I could forget and rewatch it again, perhaps at some stage, and find the same part is faulty, and it would ruin my experience perhaps. But yes, other than that, I'm not going to show that because I did kind of already own that one. But the final one that I picked up, of course, for the first time for my collection is, yes, a Master of Cinema release, and of course on Blu-ray. And yes, a very, very, it seems like it's going to be a very interesting film because the very, very first John Ford and Jimmy Stewart pairing, and that is Two Row Together, of course, a Western film, and yes, cannot wait for this. Obviously, yes, just the first pairing, that'll be something to see, and of course, John Ford, among my favourite filmmakers, personally, The Searchers, Valance, just stunning films. The Grapes of Wrath, very, very special film to me, and another gem, I'd say, as well. My Darling Clementine, one that I don't really think gets too much kind of attention, really, and I love that film personally. Blew me away, and just what a great filmmaker, and just Jimmy Stewart, of course, one of my top 3 actors of all time, and nicely ties into the film I watched tonight as well. Of course, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. So yes, once again, cannot wait for this film, and just great cover there. Really nice stuff, and yeah, it's just Master of Cinema never really disappoint with their great releases here. Just perhaps simple at times, but also very, very expressive. The artwork, the artwork. The fronts, of these releases are just always just stunning to see, and yes, kind of a generally more accessible, at least in the UK, way to pick up classics like this, because Criterion, for us in the UK, it's not as easy to kind of always pick these films up, various titles, but recently, I guess with the kind of deals that were on, 3 for 30. I mean, just giving them away, really. Considering some of them at times, it could be £30 upwards, just for one title. So yes, with free postage as well with that, Criterion 3 for 30. I had to pick up them, but generally, I kind of, it's easy for me to get, Master of Cinema, at least in the UK, and regardless, still great releases. Perhaps it's not Criterion, but it is great. I love Master of Cinema actually, just as much in many ways, as Criterion actually, and just like Arrow as well. All these ones, great, in their own way, and it's great to kind of, celebrate them all, really. So yes, final one to show. So that's it for now. It's been great to kind of gloss over these films, and again, I look forward to seeing them as well at some stage. The ones I've not seen, and loving just rewatching films as well. Been doing this, of course, this month, and as well titles that I'd never seen. For example, Field of Dreams, the other day, and just been having a great time. Just watching films, of course, over this month, and I've got some films planned. Some films to rewatch this week, and of course into the new year. Going forward, cannot wait to kind of continue my kind of endeavour, my journey, cinematic journey, of course. And yes, it'd be great to hear your thoughts on these titles. As I say, I've not seen all of these films I've mentioned, but it'd be great to hear your thoughts on these, and what did you pick up around this time? Not necessarily Christmas, but it'd be great to hear what you picked up for Christmas, especially films that you picked up, Blu-rays, DVDs, whatever you picked up, of course. It'd be great to hear your thoughts on that. If you want, you can kind of leave that in the comments, and we can kind of have a great time celebrating what everyone got, I guess, for Christmas, and can't wait to see these films, of course. And yes, some reviews, of course, and some perhaps not. But yes, nevertheless, talking about these films at some stage will be great to do. And yes, been great to kind of do this again, and it's been a nice Christmas for me. Just opening these up, and yes, just looking forward to seeing them and seeing them again as well. Some of these films, so yes, really look forward to kind of going forward, on the channel, and just my film log update video will probably come beginning of January. A few days into January, whenever I can get that up, and covering the films that I watched November and December. So yes, other than that, some reviews coming as well, and it's been great to do this, and yes, I just hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you had the best time that you could, considering all this going on. But yes, cinema. That's what it's all about here on the channel. So yes, once again, let's kind of celebrate and uplift the kind of the time, and just talk about films, and continue watching films. That's what we do, and yes. Yes, indeed. Let's continue and be positive, hopefully, and I can't wait to see these films. Really, really excited, and it's been great to kind of show these films, and hopefully we can talk about these in the comments if you want. And yes, what did you get for Christmas? Be great to hear. And yes, as always, thanks for watching, and take care.